Howdy, howdy, howdy. Happy to be here and happy you're here with me. And if you're new here, I hope you enjoy this content and will subscribe. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 2023. I have to say 2023 was my best year ever. I have been in the pattern business since 2011, and that's when I posted my very first pattern. It slowly started building, slowly. It took a long time, but I never really put a whole lot of big effort into it until about 2018. I really amped up my pattern production, and in 2019 is when my business really started to pick up. And it wasn't long after that I decided to go ahead and do a website. So as of today, I have Etsy, Ravelry, and my website, where are places that I sell all my patterns. And but this last year, 2023, I added in making physical items to sell at markets. And so that was a new adventure for me. And also I started using my YouTube channel. When I first started back in May, I think I only had like maybe 3 or 4 videos on there, and they were very bad. And so it was then I decided in May to start using my YouTube channel to, promote myself basically and get more in touch with my customers, And of course I wanted to do a before and after market videos, and so that's why you're here. Before and after market videos. And of course adding markets to my business was a huge decision, and I did not realize at the time how big of a decision it was going to be, because it is very time consuming. It's instead of just putting out maybe a pattern a month, I am in it. I am in it big time. Okay, first of all, before we get to all the numbers of how great last year was, I just wanted to take a moment to say I did some updating on my space. Whether or not it was a good decision or not, I haven't quite decided yet, because I can see behind me it really makes it kind of dark back there, so I took down the green curtain that was here. Well, actually it was fabric. I took that down. I added a new sign, and so just a little tiny bit of what was meant to be improvements, but we'll see. I'm not quite convinced yet that it was a improvement. But okay, so yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. That I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, but here it is. Although I am a little concerned about how dark it is back there. But anyway, alright, so I made out a spreadsheet of my sales. I broke it down between Etsy 2022 compared to Etsy 2023, and the same for Ravelry and the same for my website. And so we'll talk about pattern sales first and foremost. Okay, so on Etsy in 2022, we're just going to go with the gross sale, not the gross, the net sales, because there's a lot of fees. Etsy has a lot of fees, and it's just depressing to look at those numbers. It's very depressing. Okay, so in 2022 on Etsy, I made $3,813 and some change. And this year, well, 2023, I made $7,629.98. So I doubled my income on Etsy. Now, there's a couple of factors. In one, exposure. You know, YouTube exposure, pattern exposure from YouTube. Also, another thing was I started to use my Instagram a little bit. I really failed at that. But I had a pattern that went very well last year, and that was the sesame chicken. And underneath that was the triceratops, and under that was the armadillo. My top 3 patterns. Now, there's probably another reason why those patterns did so well, and that's because they are my lowest price points. So that's another thing to consider. But, sorry, phone's talking to me. Okay, so needless to say, Etsy was double the amount from the previous year. Alright, now we go down to Ravelry. Ravelry was less. In 2022, I made $250.59. But in 2023, I made $229.05. So that was a decrease in $20. So it's pretty comparable to the year before. I do not do a lot of sales on Ravelry. I don't, maybe it's because I don't promote it, but or maybe I'm just not putting the right kind of words on it or something. I don't know. But that's definitely something I'm not too concerned about at this time. It would be nice for the numbers to be better, but you know, it is what it is. I don't do anything over in Ravelry, you know, and on top of that, I haven't even posted some of my newer patterns. So, alright, and let's see, my top selling patterns on Ravelry last year were Max the dog, Tex the Longhorn, and Happy the New Year Baby. Those were my top 3 sellers on Ravelry last year. Alright, and now we're down to the website. The website in 2022, now mind you, I wasn't doing a whole lot of pushing sales in that direction at the time. And so it was just there. And my total net for 2022 was $127. It wasn't even paying for itself yet. And so, but this year, 2023, I netted $1,377.87. So that was a big, huge push towards my website. And a little bit off topic slightly is the ad revenue for my website was it was a little over 200. I think it was $242. So that was a little extra money there as well in the ad revenue on that on my website. So that was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Um, of course, I want to improve that for this coming year, but we'll see. All right, and so all in total, even $5,000. So that's a pretty big improvement. Okay, and so I also was $100. The cost some of those site supplies, like my website, I paid 5 years in advance. So that won't come up again for another 5 years. And that's not just my website. That's a couple of other websites as well that I use. Okay, so anyway, that is my gross, my net income after expenses was $8,888.95. And I wish I could show you my chart. I don't know how to do that. So maybe that's something I'll have to look into. I do know there's an awful lot of tech work I need to still figure out. I have a small list. Um, I know growing your list takes time, and of course, you want people who actually want to be on a list. Um, but then there's the whole, what in the world do I send them? You know, I don't know what you send people. Okay, so let's talk about um, what I want to accomplish for this year. One, I would like to accomplish a new newsletter. I'm going to try to do a lot of research and see about what kind of content to put out. Um, and of course, specifically using it for when a new pattern is being released or something like that. But I'm not exactly sure what kind of content to put in a newsletter, but I would like to start doing that again. I did it for about 10 months and I just completely ran out of things to put in it. So I wasn't very good at it, but I do want to try again. Another thing I would like to try to do is get better at doing Instagram. I really bad at trying to work on my big list of things that I need to get done for my markets in March. My 2-day market in March has now turned into a 3-day market for this year, and so I'm really nervous. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough for that, but I am once again am behind schedule as far as getting everything done in a certain amount of days as planned. So I'm kind of jumping all over the place on that list, just try to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that instead of a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of that, you know, just so they'll have enough of a variety. Um, so yeah, I've got some possums on my hook. I started them last night. I spent 4 days doing snakes, which I was only supposed to do 2 days of snakes. I did 4. And it took me, I had 2 days scheduled for armadillos. I wanted to do 4 of them. I did 1. So I'm really not keeping up to my own standards here. And so yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm still fighting a little tiny bit of this cold that just is like lingering. And so yeah, that's always fun. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed watching me get all excited about my big numbers. I had really big numbers this year, and I am so grateful to all of you for the love. I see the love. I feel it. And all right, so I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for hanging out, and keep crocheting. Bye bye.